All right, we are up to chapter 5 in our adapted novel, Out of My Mind. Chapter 5. Mrs. Violet Valencia lives in the house next door to us. We call her Mrs. V. When I was 2 years old, I started going over to Mrs. V's house while my parents were at work. My parents were worried that it would be hard for Mrs. V to take care of me, but Mrs. V said, Melody can and will learn new things with me. Mrs. V never felt sorry for me. Melody wants to read and talk like other kids. She would put me on the floor instead of my wheelchair, taught me to roll over to get my favorite toy. She would always give me dessert before I had to eat my lunch or dinner. Everybody likes that. One day on TV, we saw a man named Stephen Hawking. He uses a wheelchair like me and is really smart and uses a communication device to help him talk. I pointed at him and then the words, need read, on my board. I know you can read, Melody, Mrs. V said. I pointed to more. Talk more. Mrs. V wanted to give me more ways to talk. She started putting words on cards and teaching me the words, and then she would put the words on the communication board on my tray. I loved learning and using all of the new words. I loved reading. Melody wants to read and talk like the other kids. I liked being with Mrs. V at her house better than I liked being in room H5 at school. We had a lot of different teachers every year and a lot of different aides. The aides feed us at lunch and take us where we need to go. They wipe our mouths and give us hugs. The work they do is very hard, and I think they should get paid more money. In second grade, I had a really good teacher named Mrs. Tracy. She saw that I liked books and gave me books to listen to on CDs. At first, she gave me baby books like Dr. Seuss, but I threw them on the floor, and she knew that I didn't like them. She gave me the Babysitter's Club and Goosebumps books and would ask me questions after I listened to the books and have me point at my answers. I got all of the answers right. It was awesome. Melody wants to read and talk like the other kids. Chapter 6. In third grade, we got a teacher named Mrs. Billups, and she put all of my books away. She played songs like Old MacDonald Had a Farm and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star every morning. It was really bad. She would say the alphabet to us every morning, and we were third graders. One day, she kept showing us the letter B and asking us to make the B sound. I was tired of it. I screamed because I was tired of the same thing every day. I screamed because I couldn't ask her to stop. Then I started crying and had one of my tornado explosions. I kicked and screamed and cried. Mrs. Billups called my mom and told her I wouldn't stop screaming and asked her to come to school. Melody wants to read and talk like the other kids. Mom got to school and asked me what was wrong. I pointed to the alphabet on my communication board. This is about the alphabet? Mom asked me. I pointed to yes. Mrs. Billups told Mom we were working on the letter B of the alphabet. We practice the alphabet every day, Mrs. Billups said. It's already February and you haven't gotten past the letter B? Mom asked. Mrs. Billups got mad and said, you don't understand. Mom said, you don't understand. Melody got tired of listening to the same letters every day. She knows the alphabet and can read. She likes reading books on CD, Mrs. Billups said, but Melody can't walk or talk. Mom said, Melody is very smart even though she can't walk or talk. Old MacDonald was playing in the CD player. Mom asked Mrs. Billups if she could see the CD that was playing in the CD player. Mrs. Billups smiled and handed it to her and said, yes, the kids love this. Mom broke the CD in two. Freddie and Maria cheered. Thank you, Gloria said. Then Mom gave me a hug and left. Mrs. Billups quit her job teaching after that. I was not sad to see her leave. That is the end of chapter 6. If you want to look at the comprehension questions, there will be a link down in the description to take a look at the chapter 5 and chapter 6 comprehension questions. I hope you enjoyed these ones.